tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Popping till it's swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading no light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Popping till it's swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading no light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Popping till it's swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams.
All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your daily vitamin. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let's have a brief word from my sponsor before we get started. Okay, everyone hit that like button. Thank you.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
All right, so with that all been said, everyone please feel free to hit that like button. Okay, so some other news just came in. So I'm going to change this thumbnail really quick. Once in the chat, have you all heard anything about the NFL asking Kendrick Lamar not to perform Not Like Us? Once in the chat, if you've heard anything about that. Once in the chat. Because y'all know sometimes they'll be posting fake news. Hold on. Now, I got this from two sources. I don't know if they're the most reliable. Okay, let me see if I can find this elsewhere. Anyone heard that? I see people putting twos. Okay, which further leads me to think it's bullshit. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a more reputable source. Like up, everyone, please like and share. Okay, I'll just see media takeout, whom I definitely don't trust. Okay, here's another source. Let me see here. Let me see what they're talking about. Okay, it's two other sources. NFL asked Kendrick Lamar not to perform Not Like Us during Super Time Half Bowl. I'm going to say this is allegedly, okay? I'm going to say this is allegedly because there's two other publications that posted it, but I don't know either of these. Okay, it says NFL officials are scrambling to contain the damage after Canadian rapper Drake filed a blockbuster federal lawsuit against his record label claiming defamation. Now, Drake accused UMG of defamation. The lawsuit alleges UMG paid radio stations and black bloggers to hype Kendrick's diss track, Not Like Us. The diss track implies that Drake is a PDF file without any proof to back up the harmful allegation. Both Drake and Kendrick are artists under the UMG corporate umbrella, and Drake is signed under Republic Records and Lamar under Interscope Records. Now, goes on to say if Drake wins his case, UMG could be on the hook for nearly $1 billion. That's because Drake and UMG were renegotiating a distribution deal that would be worth $1 billion. But UMG allegedly paid for a smear campaign in the form of a beef with Kendrick. Not Like Us was allegedly part of the smear campaign to devalue Drake in the marketplace. Now, goes on to say, others say UMG allowed monetization of videos that portray Kendrick in a positive light, while copyright striking streamers who didn't. Jay-Z convinced the NFL to choose Kendrick Lamar as the halftime performer off the strength of Not Like Us, a defamatory diss track that alleges Drake is a PDF file. Now, goes on to say, hold on, let me just get to the part about the NFL. I'm going to read all this. Okay, here's what it says. Now, the NFL's lawyers have notified Kendrick not to perform the controversial song during the Super Bowl next month. The problem for the NFL is that most Americans are not familiar with Kendrick's style of music, which is categorized as mumble rap. I'm sorry, Kendrick is not categorized as mumble rap. Is Kendrick categorized as mumble rap? Because I thought he was more so labeled as a conscious rapper. I beg to differ. What do you all say? What do you all have to say about that? Is Kendrick categorized, to your knowledge, as being a mumble rapper? Because when I think of mumble rapper, I think about Migos. Okay, this already sounds like some bullshit. But anyway, let me continue. So, goes on to say, hold on, where was I? Okay, if Kendrick can't perform, the only song that people know, his halftime performance will go down as one of the worst in Super Bowl history. Honey, I seriously doubt it, okay? I seriously doubt it. Okay, so, I don't believe that story. Now, it could be true. I don't believe that story. It just sounds a little sketchy to me. But hey. All right. Troy Parker said agreed. Okay. Miss Sheila said no, he's not. Okay, they sound crazy. Okay, somebody said he is absolutely not a mumble rapper, said Nightly 10. Okay, thank you. Red Wine Entertainment said Kendrick music understood clearly. Thank you. Because here's the thing. Even if you didn't hear or weren't familiar with Kendrick's music, how could you dare say or suggest that it would go down as the worst performance in Super Bowl history? See, that's why you can't believe all of these publications, okay? That's why I was asking if you guys had heard about it, because I didn't hear from any source that I myself would deem as reputable. Darius said Drake needs to go to sleep because he's tired. He absolutely is. Okay, no doubt about it, beloved. You got that right. Now let's get into it. I want y'all to pay attention. I want you all to pay attention, beloveds. Hold on, let me see here. Now, you all remember when I was exposing Ronnie Bo for filth. Okay, Ronnie Bo, the guy who was clout chasing, grifting, and all the above, as far as I'm concerned. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Asking people for money for $40 for a hotel stay, because his girlfriend supposedly put him out and all that. Well, now, this fool, because that's what he is. This is my opinion. He has written a letter to Donald Trump, the president-elect, asking Trump, hold on, let me find this foolishness. Asking Trump to pardon Lil Dirk and NBA Youngboy. Talking about they're two of the most influential rappers. Say what now? And then had the audacity to compare them to Tupac. Oh, yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did. So we're going to get into that. But before we do, I want to talk to you all about something as it pertains to the wildfires. I want to talk to you all about something as pertains to the wildfires. See, y'all, some of you beloveds, much as I love you, as much as I try to school y'all and bring y'all the truth and all of that, some of you just don't want to listen. Okay, I had somebody leave me a long arse comment saying, Queen, I agree with you 90% of the time. And shout out to you, beloved. You know who you are. I love you. And thank you for agreeing with the Queen 90% of the time. But like I said, y'all don't have to agree with me ever. I'm not going to be mad. I'm going to still love you. We can agree to disagree. That's what family does. And after all, aren't we a family? Okay, and so that being said, listen, you don't have to agree. But what I just want you to do, what I need you to do, what I prefer for you to do is whether you agree with me or not, I would just absolutely be thrilled and flattered if you would just stop falling into the rhetoric, if you just stop sinking into the low vibration of the Q algorithm, because some of y'all just can't help yourselves. Because I'm about to tell y'all something. Now, I watched Dane Calloway's video. It was about a 12 or 13-minute video. I think he posted it on yesterday. And, I love Dane Calloway's research. I'm telling y'all right now, if it's anybody's research that I admire more than my own, not more than my own. I'm sorry. Let me back it on up. Okay. Whew. Now, if it's anyone's research that I admire other than my own, is what I meant to say, it's Dane Calloway. He really does good research, in my opinion, and I enjoy his research, and I've heard people trying to copy his talking points as well. So that being said, and shout out to Dane. Claudette says, Queen, I saw that interview with Too Strong, shaking my head. Right, so we're going to get into it. Now, here's the thing. Dane made some very good points. He made some very good points, and it sounded very compelling. But if I didn't know what I know, I would have probably been convinced like you are. But again, I have discernment. So let me just tell you all a couple of things about the video. Now, it all sounds suspicious, and it especially sounds suspicious when Dane talks about the ammonium nitrate that went missing. Okay, that's right, Pearly. Shout out to Dane Calloway. Absolutely. Now, and I've mentioned him before a time or two. Now, here's the thing. How many of you heard about the missing ammonium nitrate? One's in the chat. If you heard about the missing pounds and pounds of ammonium nitrate. Y'all heard about it? Okay, some of y'all putting ones. Let me just show y'all something. Okay? I need you guys to please pay attention. I'm going to need you guys to please pay attention because you see, this is what you all should know. If there is missing ammonium nitrate and the media is putting it out there and talking about it, see, I keep telling you guys that they are controlling the narrative and controlling the algorithm, okay? Now, sometimes they put things out there because they want us to go along with it, so later they can come back and make us look like fools. Let me just show you all something, though. I'm sorry. I just need y'all to pay attention. Okay, somebody said, Adrian said she heard it from Dane. Okay, let me just show y'all something. I heard about this days ago, but this is why I didn't say anything about it. I wasn't concerned. It didn't change my opinion. Y'all see this? About 27 tons of explosive chemicals lost during rail shipment to U.S. Now, let's talk about this real quick. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. Now, this is a report from May the 23rd of 2023. About 60,000 pounds, which is the equivalent of 27 tons, mind you, of ammonium nitrate, a chemical used as fertilizer and in explosives, went missing on a rail shipment in the United States in April and has not been found. This was reported, first of all, it was reported all the way back last year in May, okay? And it was 60,000 pounds, 27 tons. Now, hold on. Let's keep going. Dyno Noble, an explosive manufacturing company, notified the federal government of the loss and said in a statement that it was investigating what happened during the nearly 2-week journey from Wyoming to California. The company said the rail car with the material was sealed when it left a manufacturing site in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and the seals were still intact when it arrived in Saltdale, California. The initial assessment is that a leak through the bottom gate or on the rail car may have developed in transit. Okay, so let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. I keep having to try to prove my points because y'all just going to keep coming up with all these excuses as to why it's not God's judgment and it's something else other than. Now, that's one report. Now, here's another. Here's another. Oh, here is another. Please pay attention. There's another report, okay? It says 30 tons of explosive chemicals disappeared somewhere between Cheyenne and California, May the 22nd of 2023. And it says the same exact thing. Okay, so that happened in May of 2023. Are y'all listening? Is anybody paying attention? Is anybody listening? Can y'all hear me, beloveds? Is it sinking in? Is it sinking in for any of you guys? I just have several questions. Okay? Now, that being said, excuse me, that being said, and I also heard that they had found some lithium. Didn't they say they found some lithium batteries or lithium something stored under the ground and all of that? Isn't that what they were saying? Isn't that another thing they said? Vince, I am said very loud and clear, Queen. Thank you. Okay. So I just need you all to pay attention at the end of the day. All right? I need you all to pay attention at the end of the day. Because the bottom line is, y'all think this stuff just happened like 2 to 3 weeks before the fires. Y'all trying to connect dots that don't even go together. That's what y'all trying to do. See, I keep telling you guys, stop listening to what people are saying and what's being posted all over the internet and do some research. Do some research, okay? Because even if there currently is ammonium nitrate missing, y'all see that it was missing. They had ammonium nitrate missing last year. That's all I'm saying. All right. And so anyway, I hope they cleared that up. Okay, let me continue. Oh, and one more thing. And shout out to Dane Calloway for this, because this is something I want to also share with you all. He posted a video of when these children had made these accusations back in the 80s about the McMartin daycare. Now, for those of you who've been following me since 2020, I reported on this back then. And so for those of you who missed it or haven't heard about it or may have forgotten, let me play the video, because here's what I want you all to pay attention to. Not only did I tell you all this was God's judgment, but why did I tell you it was God's judgment? For the various things that were going on, right? But the main thing was because of the children, because of tunnels, things going on beneath the ground, beneath the surface. Now, I want you to pay attention, because since all of this has transpired, have they not come out and said that they found lithium underground? Have they not come out and started talking about that city underground? Have they not started coming out and talking more about the tunnels? Once in the chat if you agree. Have they not come out and been talking more about the tunnels? Have they not? Didn't I tell you in the video when I talked about what the Most High showed me, that the Most High was shining a flashlight on child trafficking and the tunnels? Didn't I tell y'all that? Is it happening? Is everybody talking about the tunnels? Is everybody talking about what's going down underground? Yes, they are. So y'all gonna learn. Y'all are going to learn to listen to the queen, because my discernment is on point. Now, y'all can stop getting in my comments, those of you who have, telling me you disagree, because that's fine. You don't have to agree, but you also don't have to write me a soliloquy explaining why you don't. It doesn't matter if you don't, beloved. Just as it shouldn't matter to you if I disagree with you. We can respectfully agree to disagree, and that's okay. Nobody's going to be mad, least of all not the queen, because I already told you all days ago that some of you have not reached my level of consciousness, and that's just what it is. And I can understand that. Okay? I can understand that. I don't expect everybody to be up to par. Okay, so a lot of y'all putting ones in the chat. Okay, Hotep Sahadi said, Queen, not everybody's going to make it. I mean, they're not. And I feel like Noah at this point, when Noah was warning the people about the flood and they just wouldn't listen. Measure Man said, we have several questions, all so nefarious, judgment from the Most High. Okay. Thank you, beloved. Yes, we do have several questions. Okay. Thank you for your insight into the topic and your contribution to the channel, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings. Okay. Now y'all can sit down somewhere. And again, shout out to Dane. I'm reading Dan's comment and thinking about Dane. Okay, so shout out to Dane. And TC Dan said, Queen's trying to tell us. Okay, now let me share the video that Dane found. Because see, I didn't have this video when I talked about the McMartin preschool back in 2020.
Arrested, by the way. We found a 9-foot wide subterranean entrance under the west wall of dog room. There were 4 classrooms. That was Ray Bucky's room. By the way, Virginia McMartin and Ray Bucky were tried. Virginia, the grandmother, was acquitted. Ray had a hung jury. And we found these tunnels in the middle of the second trial of Ray Bucky. They could have been used to convict him. We called the prosecutor. He sent his investigator out, Mr. Perez. Mr. Perez told me, I don't want you entering in my conversation with the archaeologist. I said, why? He says, you're too argumentative. And I said, well, okay, you go in and talk. I'll just keep my mouth shut. We went in, he talked, and he argued with the archaeologist. Here's an investigator not qualified to talk about tunnels. He said, there aren't any tunnels there, and the archaeologist, of course, argued. But anyway, they didn't use that evidence, strong evidence, in the second trial. They ignored it right in the middle of the second trial. I might mention this. The children identified professional football players, professional baseball players, household name actors, actresses, and the son of the leading politician, not a leading politician, the leading politician in Los Angeles as being perpetrators.
Okay, so you all heard that, right? Even way back then, kids were talking about tunnels. Now, that whole case got real crazy. Can't really get into it on here because, in fact, when I talked about it in 2020, that video got removed. So what I will do is give all of the details and give a very thorough, even more thorough than the one I did in 2020, and I'm going to post it on Rumble. Okay, so make sure you all look out for that. I'll be posting it sometime between now and Sunday, tonight and Sunday. Okay, I still have the receipts. So I'm going to post that because you all need to know about that. Because you see, a lot of things that are said, they dismiss it and say, oh, this sounds like they were coached. Oh, this sounds crazy. Because some stuff does sound far-fetched. But remember, as I often tell you, sometimes truth is stranger than reality. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention. When the Most High shines a light on things, we need to all be paying attention. Okay? We need to all be paying attention. Adrian said Allie Carter got her story from that. Yeah, she did. I don't know if she was in tunnels like she says. I mean, after she lied about being Tupac's daughter and lied about some other things, I can't trust anything that she said. I'm not saying that she's lying about everything, but I'm saying she lied about some things. And she very likely, and here's the thing. I think Allie Carter got that story from Shelly because Shelly's old enough to know about that story. And let's not forget Shelly worked for CPS. And you already know what goes on with CPS. I've told you that it has been reported that CPS is the biggest organization for child trafficking in the United States. Now, you don't think Shelly knows that when she was working there? So a lot of that information she fed to Allie, in my opinion. That's what I think, okay? QueenAShakur said they want to keep you out of the know. Hallelujah. Y'all is exposing, okay, her lover, in my opinion. I absolutely believe it. And I absolutely believe that's her lover. I sure do. Okay, so now let's talk about Ronnie Bo. Okay, because I absolutely cannot with him. I absolutely cannot. So I'm going to share my screen. Now, this is an interview that he did. And I may be interrupting from time to time to give my talking points or whatever. But I really want you all to hear about this letter that he wrote to President-elect Donald Trump. Okay, hold on. You know, because to me, Ronnie Bo is just a clout chaser. Black Queen Jack says, yeah, I believe that too. Thank you, beloved. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen. Let me put an overlay on here and add a little music. And shout out to Too Strong, okay, for his work. Let me add a little music real quick. Hold on, guys. I'm almost done. Okay, here we go.
Can change their life.
You know, sometimes we may think that things are not right or inappropriate, but then we don't know the reasons behind it or the details. So we should always give a person a chance to really break that down to us. So, Ronnie Bo, what's going down?
What it do, big bro? You want me to jump it off by just reading the letter?
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, please like, share, subscribe, and because we need to get quite a few more people here. So yeah, just go ahead and read it for us.
Okay. Could y'all hear me clear enough from the distance I'm at right now?
Yeah, I do. How about you, Marlon?
Yeah, I can hear him good.
Okay.
Dear President Trump, I hope this letter finds you in good health and high spirits. I am writing to propose a unique and impactful initiative that could have a profound positive effect.
Hold on, guys. Before we get into it, please let me know if my audio sounds clear, because the other day I noticed that after I turned on my music, my voice seemed to fade out a little bit. Can you guys hear me clearly? Ones if yes, twos if no. Can you all hear me clearly? Reggie said I thought he was in hiding. Okay. Somebody's playing violins. Maybe I should be playing violin music while he's reading this crap. Okay, so you all can hear me good. Okay. All right. So that all been said. Hold on. I have some sad music. I'm going to play the sad music for Ronnie. Sad violin music cued. Okay, here we go.
On our nation's youth, especially within disenfranchised communities. This proposal seeks to address both the issues of violence in urban America and the potential for rehabilitation and redemption for two of the most influential figures in contemporary hip-hop culture, Dirk Banks, aka Lil Dirk, and Kentrell Golden, aka NBA Youngboy. As you are aware, both Lil Dirk and NBA Youngboy are young men who have faced legal challenges with their involvement in the...
Hold on. Thank you, Measure Man, for your contribution to the channel and your insight to the topic. Says, Lord, not Ronnie Bozo again. I cannot. And then says, Measure Man says, so now he has a platinum plan?
the criminal justice system at a crucial point in their lives. While their past actions may have been controversial, their influence on millions of young Americans, particularly young Black men, cannot be overstated. Their music and their public persona have shaped the lives and attitudes of countless individuals.
Looking for a promising career in IT? Did you know that IT positions will grow by 33% during,
especially within our nation's inner cities? However, they also possess the unique ability to drive change and influence their communities in a way few others can. I propose that you take bold action and provide a pathway for both Lil Dirk and NBA Youngboy to make bail and or be pardoned for their offenses. Instead of incriminating them, I ask you to offer them the opportunity to participate in a groundbreaking initiative that can have a national and even international impact.
Okay, let me stop right there. Why is he telling Trump that he should pardon them rather than incriminating them? How is Trump incriminating them? Lil Dirk, first of all, incriminated himself. Okay? Lil Dirk incriminated himself. Now, his friend was working with the feds for years and gathering receipts and information and intel on him. They got him dead to right. Okay? And then he's talking about how they influenced their community. Yeah, with the nefariousness. Now, I'm sorry. You know, I like Lil Dirk, his music to a degree, specifically that song he did with the children, about the children with J. Cole. Y'all know the song I'm talking about, All My Life. I love that song. It was very impassionate. It was positive. It was uplifting. He had all the little kids from the neighborhood in the video, but, you know, it looked like he was turning his life around, but I'm sorry. Murder is the case that they gave him. Okay? So this is just all getting real crazy real quick. Please pay attention, y'all. And then influencing their community, yeah, with nefariousness. Okay, I'm sorry, but drill music is not something positive. Last I checked.
A Stop the Violence / Clear the Smoke tour. The premise of this tour will be to provide a platform for both artists to come together, reconcile their past differences, and spread a message of peace, unity, and community healing. The key to this initiative will be that both artists agree in writing to dedicate their time to community service, specifically through their involvement in this tour, and to agree to terms and conditions that all funds generated will be divided between and distributed to the mothers of dead sons throughout the urban community.
So now he's asking people for donations again. Y'all hear this? So now he's asking for people to donate again. Talk about money for the mothers. I tell you what, Ronnie Bo, all that money that you collected from grifting people the last time when you were asking everybody for $40 to get you somewhere to stay that night, claiming your girl put you out and all that, how she locked you out of the accounts, when you were asking people to send you $20 to prove their loyalty to you. Now, let's not forget, people, I showed you the receipts, okay, that some of his own people sent me. So while you were collecting all that money, beloved ad, why don't you donate some of that to those mothers? Since you're so concerned, why don't you donate the proceeds from the money you grifted from the community to those people? And all those people you got fooled over there in the UK while you was on Sean Atwood's channel with your lying self. That's what I'd like to know, but let's continue. Because it's just getting good.
Where this tour will be conducted. This will not only inspire peace and reconciliation in our respective communities, but also set an example of how individuals can change their lives and use their platforms to promote positive messages. Given the immense influence these two young men have over millions of young people, this initiative could lead to a nationwide movement that emphasizes the importance of peace, mental health, and conflict resolution in the streets. Their participation in this program could resonate deeply with at-risk youth, sending a powerful message that even those who have made mistakes in the past could work towards a brighter future. The symbolic act of calling a truce between them, combined with their music, will demonstrate the power of reconciliation and hope for the next generation. This effort will not only benefit America domestically, but also have a global impact, showing that the United States is committed to promoting peace and reconciliation through culture. The Clear the Smoke tour of Lil Dirk and NBA Youngboy will unite diverse communities and spark dialogue that transcends borders. As you may know, the untimely deaths of Tupac.
You will never procrastinate again once you understand this, because psychologists have recently discovered that the real reason
and Notorious Big in the 90s left a profound mark on hip-hop culture in America as a whole. Both Tupac and Biggie were revolutionary voices, using their music to shed light on social injustices, police brutality, and systemic oppression. They were not just artists, they were unifiers, calling attention to issues that affected millions, and they played an instrumental role in shifting cultural narratives. However, their growing power and influence were seen as a threat to those who benefited from division. By exploiting East Coast, West Coast tensions, external forces, believed by some to be linked to powerful clandestine groups, created a conflict that ultimately led to their tragic murders and motivated the youth to engage in violence and murder their peers. This division between Tupac and Biggie has since been seen as a strategy to weaken the unity within the hip-hop community, preventing influential voices from coming together to challenge the status quo. But you can end that vicious cycle and establish an even greater legacy for yourself by taking this proposal into consideration. Fast forward to the present, where we have a similar pattern emerging between Lil Dirk and NBA Youngboy. These two artists represent the voice of the streets, speaking openly about the harsh realities of systemic injustice, survival, and challenges facing the urban community of America. Like Tupac and Biggie before them, Lil Dirk and NBA Youngboy have the potential to become unifying forces capable of bridging divides and inspiring millions to take action for change. However, by keeping them at odds and exacerbating their legal and personal struggles, powerful forces are working together to prevent them from reaching their full potential as influencers and peacekeepers. This manufactured division serves to isolate them, keeping them focused on personal feuds and legal battles rather than joining forces to challenge the status quo and promote a positive, united message to their massive audiences. It is clear that a repeat of history is unfolding before us, and now, more than ever, we must act to break this cycle. I propose that you help facilitate a new chapter in Black culture, a chapter that encourages unity, healing, and empowerment, rather than division and conflict. I respectfully ask that you consider this proposal, and if you find it compelling, allow me the opportunity.
Y'all notice he said, rather than division and conflict, but isn't that all Trump poses? Is division and conflict? Does he even know who or what Trump is? Okay, that's all Trump pushes is division and conflict. 9 times out of 10, but let's continue. You need to sit down somewhere. All crazy.
To present it in person at your upcoming inauguration in the form of a speech that will outline the initiative in full. This would be an ideal platform to publicly present this visionary effort and rally the American people around a cause that can help man divisions and build a stronger, more united nation. Thank you for your time and consideration. I look forward to the possibility of discussing this proposal with you further and working together to make meaningful difference in our country. Sincerely, Ronnie Bo, author of the Holy Trap Scriptures.
All right. So for the people that don't know, including myself, Lil Dirk and NBA Youngboy, because I don't know much about them, can you tell us a little bit about their history and what their charges are?
Well, both artists, made a name for themselves in the hip hop industry, as teenagers, and Dirk was like, I guess you can say, one of the leaders of drill music. Chief Keef, I guess you can say, he was the pioneer of that. But currently, and at least for the last, I'm gonna say 5 years, Lil Dirk has been considered the #1 drill rapper. And as controversial as it may seem, drill rap is rapping about conflict and killing your rivals. But sadly, that's what the youth in the urban communities like glorified now. And NBA Youngboy was he was basically the same. I mean, he wrote more and rapped more about the struggles in the inner cities, but he also engaged in a lot of violent rap music, I guess you can say. And so Lil Dirk had an artist named King Von, and King Von got killed in an altercation with one of NBA YoungBoy artists.
If you have ever wanted to land a 100 to 150K a year fully remote career in as little as the next 4 months.
So that's what made the beef between Lil Dirk and NBA YoungBoy like serious. And then after that, somebody on the other side who was basically affiliated with the people who killed Lil Durk's artists, one of them got killed in California, and that's what Lil Dirk is currently locked up for now, murder for hire. And NBA YoungBoy is currently locked up for possession of weapons. He was actually on bail for that, and then while being out on bail, they tied him into some type of drug conspiracy. So, I could give more insight, I guess, but I think that pretty much sums up who both artists are.
Okay. So I had, as you were talking, I listened to the letter, and I got a few questions. So the first one I'm going to ask is part of the concessions that you're asking the president-elect to do when he does come into power, will that, any of the pretense of it, change the content of their songs going forward? Or will they be like, I know that it might seem as though we're trying to curtail their artistic side, but if the messaging that they're sending out is contrary to the goal of the program you want, will it be required for them to change up what they sing about if it does clash with the program?
Yeah, that's one of the most interesting questions I think I could have been asked about this. But with regards to Lil Dirk, his dad recently spoke out and explained how Lil Dirk was already in the process of changing the content of his music. Like he started even pushing peace before he was indicted. Like 3 days before he was indicted, actually, he did a community event where he was pushing peace. And, maybe about a year and a half before that, one of his biggest hits was entitled All My Life with Jay.
I want you all to pay attention. Hold on, let me cut the crap. Let me cut the music. Okay, we're next. AKA DSB says, keep up the amazing work, Queen, my warrior sister. I'll be back. Got to make a store run. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you for your kind words and your huge contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. You are greatly appreciated. Now, y'all, I need you all to pay attention to what Ronnie Bo just said. He said, and I quote, 3 days before Dirk was indicted. I say, what now? He was trying to make peace and all that. Well, of course, because 3 days before he was indicted, he already knew he was going to be indicted. I told you guys that when things like this happen, they send a target letter or a subject letter to the defendant's attorneys. So y'all think he didn't know he was going to be indicted? Listen, at the end of the day, the bottom line is this. Why is he asking Trump to pardon people like Lil Dirk and NBA YoungBoy, who are criminals? Okay? They are criminals. Why not rather, in my opinion, if you're going to ask Trump to pardon somebody, why wouldn't you ask Trump to pardon somebody who is in prison under questionable circumstances? Like there's compelling proof that shows that they may not have done it. Ask for a new trial or for them to be pardoned, something like that. You're asking for Lil Dirk with all the evidence they have against him. This man, like I said, was collecting intel on him for years. Every time they were meeting up, they have all sorts of text messages, recorded conversations because the guy was wearing a wire. They have the flight itinerary or the tickets purchased on a credit card that was tied, a credit or debit card that was tied to Lil Dirk. So we're wanting Trump to get criminals or killers off the street? People who conspired to have people who put out hits on people? Is that what you're saying? Now, I don't know that Lil Dirk is guilty, but it certainly is looking like he is. Let me tell y'all what this is all about. This is Ronnie Bo's way, in my opinion. This is his way of trying to rectify himself, trying to rectify the situation that he found himself in. Because when I exposed him for filth and pointed out how he was a whole grifter, now there were other people saying he was grifting too, but I showed you all the first receipts where people who sent him money that were in fact his supporters realized that he was grifting them. And they sent me the proof and receipts, and I showed it to you guys. Now, and then after I said that he was over there on Sean Atwood's channel performing in a whole minstrel show, you see he hasn't been back on there. Now he comes over here to Too Strong's channel and asks them to talk about this story, apparently. So now he's sitting up there asking Trump. This is all a clout chase. First of all, he's sitting there asking Trump to allow him to present the initiative at his inauguration. The inauguration is supposed to be about the incoming president going into the Oval Office. It's not supposed to be about you and your asinine initiatives that you're trying to push for clout. Second of all, the inauguration is literally days away. So he really thinks that Trump has time to rearrange everything and finagle things around and then have him come in so he can talk about something that Trump doesn't give a damn about. Now, I know Trump don't give a damn about it, because guess what? Neither do I. So this is all a fool's mission, and he wrote this folly letter. And at the end of the day, Measure Man said, then they gave him a key to the city. I think Dirk changed his image because he knew them charges was coming, says True Brown. That's my point, beloved. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I think so too. Like I said, he's talking about he was trying to make peace or whatever he said 3 days before the indictment because he knew it was coming. Because like I told you guys, when you're facing these kind of charges and the indictment's coming, or you the subject of an investigation for such things, your attorney, out of courtesy from the prosecution, they'll usually send a target letter to the attorneys of the defendant to let them know that we're targeting your client, or send a subject letter to let them know what exactly they're investigating for. Okay? So, of course, he knew. So he sounds real crazy. And then for him to say that they're two of the most influential rappers and then compare them to Tupac and Biggie. Sir, please sit down somewhere. And then telling Trump not to further incriminate them. How the hell is Trump going to incriminate them? Trump doesn't have anything to do with either of the cases. The evidence and the people who have snitched on them, specifically in the case of Lil Dirk, that's who incriminated him. Okay. And then somebody said, I forget who it was, says it sounds like that's his first time reading the letter. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Because if you wrote that letter yourself, it would seem that you would know most of what's in it, so you could just start saying it, or you'd be reading it a little more fluently than that, a little more quicker pace. But again, he does talk slow. But somebody probably wrote that for him. Okay, please pay attention. But let's continue, because this is all nefarious.
J. Cole, and the song was all about, doing peaceful things in the community and stopping the violence and, trying to be a leader to the youth. So I feel like Dirk was already on the verge of that. And I also feel like that may be the reason why he was indicted. It's many things that they have been indicted him on, but it seemed like when he got focused on trying to push peace.
We are the Skaggs family, Matthew and Cosette, and we are owners of Jellyfish Lighting.
That's when his problems started to occur.
Now that is a lie, because he literally just said out of his own mouth he started trying to push peace 3 days before the indictment. Second of all, even if we go back to when he performed that or did that song with J. Cole, talk about All My Life, he was already under a federal investigation. The guy that snitched on him had already been recording him and gathering intel and giving evidence to the feds. So all of this was prior to him trying to push any peace, okay? Which leads me to think, like I said, that he was pushing peace because he already knew what was coming down the pike. You see, the sad fact of the matter is this. In my opinion, Lil Dirk is a product of his environment, okay? He grew up in the gang life, thug life, and all of that. And even when you rise above those things and you move on and you get money and you make a name for yourself, for some people, it's very hard to leave that behind. Okay. When I was growing up, they used to have this saying, you can take the girl out of the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out of the girl. That's the same thing for thugs. You can take them out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them in some cases. Okay. Now, I feel bad that Lil Dirk got himself in this situation, but this is something that he chose, if it's true, because we don't know if he's guilty or not. But, the cards seem to be stacked against him. Now, if he did, in fact, hire people to take out this person, then, of course, he chose that himself. Now, Ronnie tries to blame the fans, saying that fans were saying, oh, you're going to let them get away with it. You're not going to do anything about King Von getting killed. Now, at the end of the day, I don't think fans were telling him that. Maybe there were some people saying that in his inner circle or whatever. I don't know. But even if fans or whoever was telling him that, at the end of the day, he's to blame for his own actions. No one can make you do anything. Okay? You all try to persuade me to do certain stuff all the time. Queen, talk about this. Queen, can you talk about that? But at the end of the day, the decision is up to me. So I can't do something crazy and then say, well, the royals told me to do it. It was their idea. They were pressuring me. No. When you're an adult, you're capable of making your own choices. And sadly, it looks like Dirk made some bad decisions, and so did NBA Youngboy. And yes, NBA Youngboy was trying to turn his music around, or he wanted to change his music. He was talking about the impact and all of that. But the fact of the matter is, he had already been in trouble with the law, and then he got in trouble again. And he has a substance abuse problem that he needs to deal with. And at the end of the day, listen, writing to any president, asking them to let people who have been accused of murking someone or having someone murked on more than one occasion, because this isn't Lil Durk's first time at the rodeo. Him and King Von weren't they accused of something similar before? So I'm just saying, the gang lifestyle, it breeds people that become menaces of our own society. And with that being said, it is what it is. We should not be sitting there rallying and fighting for these people to get out. Okay? Because these people can be a detriment to our own community. So he sounds real crazy as far as the queen is concerned. But let's continue, because maybe he'll make it make sense, because I didn't listen to all of this.
Now, with regards to NBA Youngboy, he already has a lot of positive songs too. But I think the problem is, like with Dirk, people were saying that his fans tricked him off the streets, because like when you got fans in your ear saying why you didn't do nothing about King Von getting killed, and people in your circle saying why you didn't do nothing about it, it's like even when you're trying to push peace, you constantly being provoked, and you feel like less of a man, I guess, by allowing a close family, friend, or loved one to get killed and just not doing nothing about it. So, I think Dirk would definitely be willing to do it, especially because of the fact that one of my close friends, whose name is Model, he is close friends with Dirk's best friend, whose name is Wood. Like, they cool. So I already been getting messages through to Dirk through one of my associates. So, I think he'll be with it. But the thing is, it's pushing Trump to do something about all the violence in the urban community versus what he was talking about doing at first, as far as sending.
Hold on. First of all, shout out to TC Dan, my moderator, for gifting 2 memberships to the channel. You all shout out Dan. Okay, he donated 1 membership, gifted 1 membership to the channel, and then he just gifted another one. So thank you, TC Dan. Peace, love, and blessings to you, beloved. Let me tell y'all something. The rest of y'all, please get the likes up. Please get the likes up. That's the way you can support the Queen's channel for free. Now, let me tell y'all something. Mad Dog Jackson, because he's dumber than a bag of rocks. Okay? Sounds like it. I mean, at the end of the day, he's sitting there talking about he knows that he pretty much thinks that Lil Dirk will be down with it, especially for the fact that he knows that his friend Ray knows Dirk's friend Pookie, and therefore he feels that Dirk will be down with it. Like, how does this even make any bit of sense? It's all crazy. Okay. And then he's saying Trump needs to clean up the urban community and stop the violence. Is Trump the one bringing the violence to the urban community? Or is that people in the urban community who live there bring the violence upon themselves? So it's Trump's job to clean it up? No, it's our job. And one way that we clean it up is by getting the people who are the perpetrators out of there and stop that foolishness talking about no snitching. Because if you're a concerned citizen, if you're someone who lives in these communities and you know of people out here selling illegal substances, you know of people out here gangbanging, you know of people doing drive-bys where the elders and young children or anybody innocent can be hurt, injured, lose their lives, you need to be reporting it, even if you do so anonymously. It is your responsibility. You are a concerned citizen. You are not a snitch. Okay? Ronnie Bo needs to sit down somewhere, but let's continue. We're going to get back on Drake in a minute, okay? We're going to get back on Drake because I have some more stuff to say about his silly self.
And what you call it, the truth, basically the sending the military into these communities to do something about it. And he was basically saying it, that could, that could have a adverse effect, because Trump was basically saying like he was sending the military in to kill some of these individuals in our community.
He said to kill them?
I mean, there's so many words. You know how Trump would say things like, if I don't get elected, there will be bloodshed. So, of course, he didn't say those words, but he was basically saying this is the only way, we gotta, this is how we gotta fight against it. Send the military in and let them handle it.
Yeah, that might be twisted up though, because he didn't mean that. But okay, what are the chances that what in your mind, what do you think the chances that they will both turn their lives around and move things in a positive direction if they were pardoned or released from all these charges?
Let me tell you something. I can answer that quite simply. When they both got rich and famous and made names for themselves and sold all these albums, that was the exact time to clean themselves up, to turn their lives around, to stop gangbanging, okay, or in being involved in criminality. That was the time to do it. And if they didn't do it then, what makes them think they're going to do it now? Okay, but let me read Measure Man's comment. Let Pac rest. Pac has Allie Carter. Pac has Allie Carter outlaw tattoo dedicated to her in Outlaw 1996 from the album The Don Illuminati, The 7-Day Theory, to her when she was born in 1994. Tory Outlaw, stop. Okay, this is all sarcasm. Y'all know he's being sarcastic because, first of all, Measure Man, you need to cut it out, okay? Thank you for insight into the topic and your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. Not that she said Tupac got that tattoo because of her. Oh, Lord have mercy. Allie Carter, please stop the lies. But now, like I was saying, the whole thing is Ronnie Bo. This is just all asinine as far as I'm concerned. But let's continue because I want to hear him explain this, okay, to Too Strong.
If you've been injured in a recent car accident that wasn't your fault, I'm going to show you.
I think the chances are good, but just in response to what you were saying as far as Trump wouldn't do that, I mean, or he didn't mean that, like the masses felt like he was insinuating starting some type of civil war when he said if he don't get elected, there will be bloodshed. So, I mean, you never know what Trump means, but with regards to the chances and me being in prison before, doing over 10 years of my life in prison, I know that when you sit down in a place like that, you have time to think. And usually you start thinking about all the good and all the bad and what you would do different if you get out. So for them to be sitting down in a place like that and having time to reflect, I would think that it already crossed their mind even before, I put this ideal out there. And for the record, I wrote NBA YoungBoy and Lil Dirk myself too, and based on a certified mail tracking number, they both received a letter. So I think that they would definitely take it into consideration.
But did they write you back though? Did they write you back, Ronnie Bo, sir? Talk about he wrote them and then sent it certified mail, and according to the tracking, it shows that they received it. But did they write you back? No, they didn't. Okay. So please sit down somewhere. Excuse me, please sit down somewhere. Okay. This is getting more and more crazy.
But I understand that it also seems like a Hail Mary, like a long shot. Like I mean, it's possible, but I could see why you would ask that question, because a lot of people would look at it like, well, you know, that seemed a little far-fetched. But again, you know, it's an idea, and you know, not all ideas fall through, some do. But if this one happens to fall through, I think it would definitely, you know, put the violence in the urban communities to a minimum versus letting it, you know, keep just rising. You know, the crime rate is always rising.
Ronnie Bo, aren't you a part of the crime wave in the urban community, sir? And here's the thing. You know, like I said, this is nothing but a glorified clout chase, in my opinion, because after I exposed him for filth, now he's trying to make it. And I said he was doing that minstrel show, and I clowned him for being on Sean Atwood's channel, where he said that those people over there who don't look like us were the main people who ever showed him the most love. That's what he said. So now, because I exposed all of that and called him out on it, now, in my opinion, he wants to make it look like he's trying to help the Black community. Well, guess what, Ronnie Bo? Epic fail. That's not how you help the Black community, by wanting people who are a detriment to the Black community to be freed, okay, to not be held accountable for their crimes, alleged crimes. Because at the end of the day, we need to hold our own people accountable. What do we look like talking about people doing things to us, but we don't want to even hold our own accountable? Okay, that looks hypocritical as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so now young Dirk, or Lil Dirk, has not been to trial. The evidence against him thus far looks very compelling. Like I said, they've been gathering this, and you know, like I always tell you guys, when the feds come, they come correct. The feds aren't just going to do some basic police work. They're going to be investigating you for years. And in this case, that's absolutely what they've been doing. Okay, I read the whole indictments. For those of you who missed it, I did a whole video and read Lil Dirk's indictment. And when I tell you, they got him dead to rights as far as I'm concerned. So Ronnie Bo needs to sit down somewhere, stop clout chasing, just go back and hide under a rock somewhere. Because you, sir, said you were in fear for your life. You said that people were threatening you. You said that the feds themselves were after you. But you think Trump's going to help you get some people accused of nefariousness out of jail? Keep them from going to prison? He's going to listen to you? Just because you and Trump are both convicted felons, that don't mean y'all alike. That's what that doesn't mean. He sounds crazy. Like I said, he's trying to make it seem as though he's trying to help the Black community. Stop the violence. You could have been preaching this while you were out there grifting, as far as I'm concerned, and then talking about fundraising. So now he wants us to send him more money so he can say that he's giving it to the mothers of the victims. Who is this? Ronnie Bo's Black Lives Matter? That's his new version of it? No, I'm sorry. We've already been down that road with Patrice Con Colors, okay? We're not going to fall for it again. And quite frankly, anybody with sense is not going to donate a damn thing to Ronnie Bo, okay? And having him in charge of it at the end of the day, okay? And then he acts like Trump even knows who Lil Dirk or NBA YoungBoy are. He may not even ever have heard of them. But I know one thing's for sure and two things for certain. He damn sure doesn't know who Ronnie Bo is. And according to reports from people that I've spoken to, R. Kelly doesn't even know who Ronnie Bo is. And that's supposed to be his claim to fame. Talk about he was in jail with R. Kelly and this, that, and the third. And R. Kelly told him this, that, and the third. First of all, R. Kelly, I was told that R. Kelly said he don't even know him. Said R. Kelly said the same thing Keke Palmer said. I don't know that man. Sorry, but I don't know that man. Okay, please pay attention. He's clout chasing as per usual.
Instead of like going down.
Okay. I want to say something. I know you want to probably ask a question, but I want to say something first. I want to respond to a comment I saw to to set the record straight, because I know we finna get a lot of ignorance in the room. Hold on. Let me get him out of here real quick. I had to get this guy out. Let me see. Let me find it. Okay, right here. I have to address this one. Facts over lies. He said that y'all should do better research. So now y'all support these men destroying the black youth. Trump, I don't know, just said dope dealer will get the death penalty for selling dope.
I think he means has said.
Yeah. So facts over lies, when you say y'all, I assume you mean, I don't know, maybe you're talking to me and Marlon, or maybe you're talking to all of us because you say y'all. So at minimum, you're talking about Marlon and I. And we need to do, and you say y'all support these men destroying the black youth. So my question is, why did you say that Marlon and I support these particular black men? We never said that.
I'm attorney Bob Diamond, and I need your help. I'm known as America's tax sale attorney because
So you should do more research before you start running your mouth. We never said that. We're talking to this young man about what he wrote and his ideas, and we just opening our ears and listening. So please don't come in here with them dumb lies and that ignorance right off the top, so that we can have a decent show and have some decent conversations about what he wrote. At minimum, he should have a chance to explain what he means. Now, I said in the beginning, we don't agree with this right now. Hey, maybe he may say something to make us change our minds. But until then, we don't agree with it. So don't come in here saying that stupid stuff, because it ain't true. So you should do your research, and you should learn how to talk before you start running your mouth. But go ahead, Barney.
Oops. Don't get Corey going in on you, honey. He need to pay attention, because Corey clearly said that they don't support it. Now, HCY Project says, Queen, do you think Puffy going to walk? I've been off for a bit and come back to this talk. Is it true he may walk? Let me tell you something, honey. Anything's possible. At the end of the day, I don't think that Diddy's going to end up like R. Kelly. And I told you all a myriad of times, and I still believe it to be true, that in fact, Diddy is bartering for his freedom with those darn tapes. And the feds want those tapes. Okay? The tapes they have don't amount to anything. And I don't even really think that they have an ironclad case on Diddy. Okay, I don't think so, because if they did, why was it reported that they were trying to get him to cooperate with the prosecutors? If your case is ironclad, what the hell you need Diddy cooperating for? I don't even think they really want him to cooperate as far as telling on anybody, because he's the big fish. Who's he going to tell on that's bigger than him that they're actually going to prosecute? Because they're not going to prosecute Clive Davis, Lucian Graves. That's what they're not going to do. So like I said, when that story came out, I told you guys that I think that they want him to cooperate with the prosecutors and give up the damn tapes that they don't have. That Diddy knows exactly where they are. That's my opinion. Okay. And if Diddy, is holding on to those tapes, that's why he's still sitting in jail, like I also told you. Okay. Diddy right now has the upper hand. Now, that's just my opinion. Diddy has the upper hand because he has the goods. And a lot of these people who were at those parties who may be on those tapes, well, they know that too. Okay, so please pay attention. Will he walk? The question is, will he give up those tapes? Now, let's continue, because this is all nefarious.
You got it.
Yeah, I also want to say a few things about that. Well, not a few, just one. Even if we disagree, this is how you get somewhere, is conversation about stuff you don't agree with. And if you're not intelligent enough to have the conversation, then that's one thing. But we always talk about, when are somebody going to bring something positive to the front? And now somebody brings something they consider positive, because they didn't like Ronnie coming up here and say, hey, we know what we should do is have more gang wars. The man's trying to say something about where he thinks it could go. And he's somebody from that arena. And when that person comes forward to talk, what's this is going to do if people think like you, is limit the conversation. And when you limit the conversation, you never hear the other side. And if you don't hear the other side, you can't make any amends to fix things.
Well, here's the thing I'll say to that. I don't even think the black community should even be listening to Ronnie Bo at this point. Ronnie Bo sat over there in Sean Atwood's channel when he was conducting and performing in the minstrel show that he was a star of, and he said that those people over there were showing him more love than anybody else's channel that he's been on, and basically more so than black people. Okay, so I'm sorry. He should have gone to them. That's what he should have done, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, I'm not trying to hear anything he has to say other than to clown him like the clown that he is. Okay, but let's continue.
That's why we're here. It's a conversation. But if people can't handle a conversation, that's okay. And it's interesting. I mean, you can say we're being nice and vile to you, but you were the one that called us uneducated. So, I mean, you can make your decisions about that. Anyway, back to the actual important conversation. So is the goal here with this program, at least, I mean, I say short term, but the overall overarching goal of changing things based on these two individuals to eradicate the violence that's in the Black community and the gang activity that's in the Black community as well? Or is it just in an effort to bring attention to it to see why it's there and it remain?
That's another good question, Marlon. But my thing is this: I had my only blood brother got killed. He died tragically. He got shot in the head, to be exact. And
attention retirees, if you're willing to be at your computer from 9 a.m. to 10:45 a.m.
the day.
We next, aka DSB, said, I'm back, family. Well, thank you for returning, beloved. We're glad to have you back. And thank you for your kind contribution to the Queen's channel. Peace, love, and blessings to you, okay? Y'all are something else. I see somebody said, said I got them crying, talking about not his claim to fame. Yeah, that is, beloved. That's what he said. He said that. Yeah, Gwendolyn said, Queen, you have me on the floor, not his claim to fame. Yeah, that's the only reason anybody's ever heard of him, because he came out and did a video and then talking about he was in prison with R. Kelly, and R. Kelly was telling him this information, this, that, and the third. Honey, R. Kelly said he don't know that man. Please pay attention.
After he died, me and my mom went to the morgue to view the body and just to confirm that it was him. And I mean, I was closer to my brother than everybody, but still just seeing the pain that my mom went through and seeing the mothers of, you know, some of the friends of mine who got killed, and just seeing all that pain that you gotta go to a funeral and see your child, your son in a casket. I just want to do whatever that's in my power to help change that. And I feel like with my name circulating in the media now, you know, by whatever means that I got to this point, you know, people listening to what I got to say now. So as I explained on another podcast, I don't want to always talk about Jay-Z or Diddy or R. Kelly. You know what I mean? Like, nobody has a good conversation when they talk about Jay-Z, Diddy, or R. Kelly. Not that they should. You know what I mean? It's just I don't want to be on such a negative vibe. I don't want to continue to. I mean, they did what they did. They deserve to be punished for what they did. But I feel like I spoke on them, and you know what I'm saying. I don't want to continue to speak on that matter. So.
Right. You now don't want to speak on them, sir, because you've been called out for bullshit. Okay. You've been accused of grifting by me, myself, and others. And also, yeah, of course, now you don't want to keep talking about it because that well has run dry. Because R. Kelly didn't come out and say they don't know your ass. Okay. And Jay-Z don't know you either. Let's just keep it a buck. And Diddy damn sure don't know you. Because if he did, you might have been one of his accusers from the looks of you. Now, with that all being said, let me say this too. Okay, now he talked about his brother dying and the sympathy and how sad it was for his mother and, you know, other grieving mothers who've lost their sons. And this is all true, I can imagine. But here's the thing. If he wanted to change his life, Ronnie Bo, after your brother passed, may he rest in peace, and condolences to you and your family for your loss. But the bottom line is, when your brother passed away, that should have been when you changed your life. And not ended up in prison after your mother already lost the one son. Okay? I don't know if his brother passed before or after he went to prison, but nonetheless, he's still been out here doing nefariousness because you've been out here grifting. You've been out here grifting, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, playing people. Okay, out here asking people for money, talking about you getting kicked out and all this, that, and the third. That's a grift, sir. Telling people to send you $20 to show that they support and to show their loyalty to you. That's a grift, sir. Okay, so at the end of the day, what if people were to file fraudulent charges on you? I have several questions. So it would seem to me that you would have wanted to change your life right after your brother passed away. Now you want to sit here and act like you're trying to help Lil Dirk and NBA Youngboy change theirs? Sir, you haven't even changed yours from the looks and sounds of it. Let's continue.
Now that people are interested in what I got to say, I'm just trying to take advantage of this opportunity and try to put positive messages out here now. And I feel like if those two influential figures were to unite, it would inspire the youth. It has showed it we don't always got to kill our enemy. We could actually try to do something positive and try to resolve that issue.
He don't think people have done that before? He don't think people have done that before? What did he think of the Million Man March was? He doesn't think that anyone's already tried that. Okay, please pay attention. HCY Projects, thank you for your super sticker donation, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings to you. So anyway, honey, Deronda said deflection at its finest. Okay, I don't know what to say about him other than he's a clout chaser and an idiot as far as I'm concerned. He's just not that smart to me. And again, I would like to know, as I have several questions as to why someone who said just weeks ago that they've been receiving death threats, that the feds are out to get them, that their phones are tapped, people are looking for them, they're in danger. Okay, didn't he just sound the alarm? Now you're still doing podcasts, still been giving people that number for the phone that he claimed was tapped. Okay, now he wants to meet with Trump for an initiative that he's come up with at the inauguration. Sir, there's no way they would ever let you within 10 feet of Trump. And specifically after you've been saying that your life's in danger, and you think they want you up there with Trump? Sir, please sit down somewhere. I mean, did he really think this through? Of course not.
And prevent ourselves from getting killed, prevent other young men from getting killed, and prevent our mothers from having to go to their son's funeral. You know what I mean?
And I fully agree with that being a novel goal. But the question I asked was linked mostly because of the first one about the content. I think we can end up with a circular type of reasoning by saying we don't necessarily want to change the...
Hey, Queen. Instead of focusing on small clients or serving individual consumers,
content of the song, because the content reflects the culture. But I think it's actually the other way around. It has now become culture affecting the content. And we have to start flipping it back to where if we erase it from the making it the primary thing, we can get more out of the culture itself by switching it back to where it should be. And if that is, it seems to be that might be what you're suggesting by having these two released, seeing as how they have the same kind of sway in the current culture as those two you mentioned, Tupac and Biggie, had in the olden culture. I just don't know how. Maybe you can flesh this out for me, because the letter is good, the idea is good, but the implementation is still kind of rough or lost on us. If you can flesh out for us how you foresee the process itself happening. Say they do get the pardon from President Trump. What is your next step to make what you want happen?
Well, the overall agenda is for them to actually, before Trump even, if it gets to that point, before he decides to let them out on bond or pardon them or whatever, both artists has to agree in writing that we will do community service to work off our time rather than serving time by going on tour together, pushing peace, and donating the funds that's raised to the mother of dead sons in the community.
I've heard enough. I think I've heard just about a darn enough. Y'all hear this? They need to sign something in writing. Imagine that if you could. Okay. What are they going to sign? A peace treaty? They have to sign something in writing saying that they'll do community service to work off their time. Sir, Dirk's facing a life sentence. Okay. How is it going to work that out through community service, sir? I have several questions. Southwest Houston, Texas said if Dirk did what they accused him of, he's exactly where he belongs. Exactly. Okay, exactly. Okay, I'm sorry. This is all crazy. I don't have time for Ronnie Bo's foolishness. I just wanted you all to know that the man is out here talking crazy, writing letters to Trump, embarrassing himself and the Black community as a collective, already did a whole minstrel show. And now this is what you do to try to pull yourself up by your raggedy bootstraps to make it seem as though you're trying to help the Black community. Nope. I'm sorry. And then talk about donate money. See, I want y'all to pay attention because Ronnie Bo seems to want everybody else to donate money other than him. He said that people could donate, okay, for this initiative that he's come up with. And then he's now saying that Lil Dirk and NBA Youngboy could do a concert pushing peace. And then they can donate the proceeds. What are you going to donate? Okay. What are you going to donate, Ronnie Bo? Like, I absolutely cannot. Anyway, let's get on Drake, honey, because I don't have time for this foolishness. Y'all don't either. Honey, police. Okay. It's all crazy. Woo, I'll tell you one thing, Too Strong. Corey and Marlon have more patience than I do with him. Okay, thanks, Queen, for cutting him off. He was very annoying. says Dusky and brother. Okay, I agree, beloved. Sorry for that, y'all. My apologies for boring y'all to tears. Hope nobody's ears are bleeding. Thank you, beloved, for your insight into the topic and your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. Now let's get on Drake again. Hello, Jay-Z. It's Drake on the hotline. NFL allegedly asked Kendrick Lamar to avoid performing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. Now, this is from another publication. They say Kendrick Lamar may have gained the upper hand in this epic rap battle against Drake by winning over the hip-hop community and being recognized as the clear winner and then getting the Super Bowl halftime show nod. However, Kendrick's win has only influenced Drake to flex the real power that he has within the industry, a skill that Jay-Z has used at times to tip the balance of public favor in his direction. Recent rumors have spread on social media claiming that the NFL allegedly asked Kendrick Lamar not to perform his hit Not Like Us. Now, pay attention. They said recent rumors. Okay, recent rumors have spread. So this hasn't been confirmed. Okay, I'm just telling y'all. Now, as the Super Bowl gets closer, Drake is doing everything that he can to stop Kendrick from performing that song, They Not Like Us, in front of the world. Well, we already knew that because I reported this to y'all weeks ago. So his lyrics in songs like Not Like Us challenge societal norms, and allegedly the league isn't fond of this rap beef with Drake. Not sure what anyone in the NFL front office outside of Jay-Z, what they have to say. The man they hand Jay-Z, the man they hand selected to manage the Super Bowl halftime show, really knows about beef and violence in hip-hop and when music actually becomes a threat to someone's life and livelihood. But I can agree it's not a beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. So when they say the NFL, I'll assume they mean Jay-Z in some way, which would then naturally lead to a conclusion that Drake is also behind this, considering he has already filed legal action against his parent label, Universal Music Group, accusing the conglomerate of promoting a song that put his life and livelihood in immediate danger. The song is Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us, in which Lamar calls Drake a PDF file, but it really just exposes him as an inauthentic and also references him as a colonizer, which has hurt Drake's hard-earned public image and his feelings. Okay, let's just keep it a buck. Now, on August 1st of 2024, Drake demanded that UMG pull Not Like Us from the DSP and have the official music video removed from YouTube. And UMG said no. While Kendrick Lamar's performance at the Super Bowl halftime show is highly anticipated on a global scale, social media says the NFL seems hesitant to allow it. Somehow they're making Kendrick's music a political issue. Now, the alleged request to avoid Not Like Us, it is unclear where and how this claim originated. So they don't even know where the story came from. Okay. This is why I'm telling you, take it with a grain of salt. Okay. Because I don't really believe it. Because here's the thing. The whole point of them asking Kendrick to perform at the Super Bowl halftime is because of the popularity of this song. It is a global hit, a global sensation. It has crossed all, through all races and ethnic groups, and everybody loves it. So, well, most people, I believe everybody, but some might beg to differ. Some of Drake's fans. But with that all being said, I don't really think that they're trying to get him not to perform it. That's just my opinion. Now, so of course, inciting a debate concerning the NFL's approach to music and free expression, particularly when it involves one of the world's most well-known artists on the NFL's largest stage. Now, here's what some social media users said. Facts. This is what somebody said on X. That's what the lawsuit was about, to make corporate back away from playing Not Like Us in the Super Bowl. A bitch move. Yeah, that's what it was all about. That's what it was all about, because Drake, his little feelings are hurt. Like I told you guys, he's a whole Karen. And at the end of the day, he can't stand the fact that he lost and he's looking so stupid. Now, as I told you days ago, if he had won the rap beef, then he would not be having a problem at all. Now, in response to the possibility of Not Like Us being banned at Super Bowl, one fan wasn't having it, saying Drake, he's just going to have to turn his TV off. Kendrick Lamar is not a rapper who promotes the over-sexualization of society, killing, or misogyny, or any elements that we find in much of the mainstream music today. He's more of a throwback artist, choosing to use his understanding of street life and awareness of social issues to critique the powers that be and inspire a higher level of social consciousness among his fans. Thank you. Isn't that what I said? That's why that first article I read, I said, this sounds like, oh, okay, first of all, they're likening Kendrick to a mumble rapper. I said, no, he's what they call a conscious rapper, in my opinion. But let's continue. Now, Lamar is as safe an artist there is for kids, but apparently his strong political messages may not align with the commercial interests of some major corporations, as the NFL. They seek to maintain a neutral image with its platform. Now, reportedly, some NFL tastemakers want to avoid any controversy that might come from Lamar doing the song, which is really silly if you think about it. Controversy sells, and for the NFL to act as if it wouldn't welcome more publicity outside of the actual game to carry it through to the NFL draft in April is weird. These allegations that the NFL asked Kendrick Lamar to avoid performing the song to millions worldwide seems like the only politics going on. Jay-Z certainly understands the kind of artist Kendrick Lamar is and why this will become an issue so close to the Super Bowl. This could only mean one thing. Drake's team is working double time to make sure that Lamar doesn't get to perform his greatest hit at Drake's expense on Super Bowl Sunday. Well, I'm going to tell you like this. They go on to talk about how, according to reports, Lamar's history of controversial performances has surfaced as a fourth quarter issue. Lamar has used his stage as a platform to speak out against inequality and other pressing social issues. His performances often include crazy, provocative visuals or forms of expression that confront uncomfortable truths. Now, during the 2022 Super Bowl halftime show, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and others performed. These are artists who have challenged the status quo with their music many times and spoken to issues and ills in society. However, their performance was ultra light in nature. As far as promotion for the show, this situation adds another element of intrigue because that is the one song that everybody wants to hear K. Dot do. He has a wide discography, but this crossed him over to different races, age groups, and gained him the reluctant respect of Drake's fans across the globe because he mollywopped their king at his own game. No lies detected. So to have the NFL dim his light could be a blow to Kendrick's reputation as an unwavering and unfiltered deliverer of the craft. It will also potentially draw the NFL wide criticism from its younger fan base, but they aren't the ones funding this extravaganza. According to more unsubstantiated rumor mongering, despite the NFL's alleged request, Lamar will remain his authentic self. While there are no official statements from Lamar regarding this specific incident, there are apparently some negotiations that have to be worked out behind the scenes. And if the NFL is concerned about anything artistically, then Jay-Z is certainly the one hashing out the problems. Look, I'm going to tell y'all like this. I don't think that they've asked him not to perform that song. I don't think they have asked him not to perform that song because it wouldn't make any sense. Like I told you, that's the song they know everybody wants to hear. And he was asked to perform at the Super Bowl halftime, in my opinion, because of that song specifically. So I doubt that. Okay. I doubt that Drake can just cry and whine and throw a tantrum and shake his little fist in the air and all of that. But nobody cares, Drake. We just don't care. Okay. You don't get to start mess with people. And then when you see that you're losing the battle, you want to cry foul and act like a whole Karen and then proceed to play the victim. That's not what we do around here. And this all further proves that he absolutely is not like us. Okay. Please pay attention. Pensilola said, Queen, stay hot off the press. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. And thank you for your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. Okay. RG Titan said, Aubrey has a temper tantrum. Exactly. That's all it is. Okay. FBA Baby Boomer said Drake is finished. Oh, yes, he absolutely is. It needs to sit down somewhere. Okay. Above all that drama, said Drake been fake as F. I agree. Perla said, I second that, Queen. Okay. So anyway, with that all being said, I'm about to be out of here. Listen, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Drake just needs, he would have done better just gracefully bowing out, accepting that he lost, and then just getting back in the studio and trying it again, calling up his ghostwriter, getting him to write him another smash hit, and then just moving on forward. You see, sometimes, I want you all to pay attention. You see, sometimes when you, in fact, have all of this commotion, all you do, or you just keep complaining about something, all you do is draw more attention to it. All you do is pour fuel on the fire that's already burning. He would have done better just to be quiet and let it all go, because this had kind of died down. Okay, we had kind of stopped talking about it until he comes out talking about a lawsuit. Now, when you did that, you reignited the flames. And then everybody started back talking about it. People started playing it more and more. And then people started back dancing to it. Okay, at the end of the day, and now here we are. In his desperate attempt, because that's what it is. It's a desperate attempt by a man who is clearly at his wit's end, no less. He's pulling out all the stops, trying to muster up everything that he can think of, throwing everything at the wall, hoping that something sticks. In order for him to not have to hear that song being played at the Super Bowl halftime with people all over the world just listening, tuning in, okay? But it's not going to happen, Drake. The song's going to be performed, whether you like it or not, okay? Whether you like it or not, he just needs to go back to Canada and regroup. That's all he can do right about now. Okay, FBA Boomer says Drake is good and finished. Nothing he's putting down is going to hit again. Okay? I mean, he's tapped out. At this point, he just needs to tap out, beloved. I absolutely agree, okay? Thank you for your insight into the topic and your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. So listen, I love you all to life. I hope you all enjoyed the broadcast. Please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. And please double check to make sure you're still subscribed to the channel, especially if you have not been receiving those notifications, honey, because I keep telling y'all they're unsubscribing people. Okay, because the Queen has come back with those predictions. All right. And for those of you who came in late and missed the first portion of the broadcast, please rewind and shout out to my replay gang who will be watching this later. But make sure if you missed the beginning that you go back and watch what I said about the missing ammonium nitrate. Okay, because that stuff's been missing. There was missing ammonium nitrate not even last year, in 2023. There was missing ammonium nitrate in 2023. Okay, please pay attention. I just want y'all to just get out of this algorithm, okay? Because sometimes, it's just narratives being put out. May the 22nd of 2023, May the 18th of 2023, there was articles about 30 tons of missing ammonium nitrate that got lost somewhere between Cheyenne, Wyoming, and California. All right? So anyway, with that all being said, I love you all to life. I hope you all enjoy the rest of this evening. I will see you all tomorrow, okay? Not going to be bright and early because tomorrow's Saturday, but Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. All right? Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. And I will talk to you all again soon. Peace.
Hey, yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor. Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me?